AirPod Pro. Hot on the heels of the Amazon Echo Buds, and man, I think these guys went from credible rumor to actual product on the shelf in like 3 weeks from Apple. When does that ever happen? I feel like these are a legitimately big deal for Apple. This is the first time since they've been making earbuds that they got away from the actual earbud style and went with an in-ear. Right off the bat, that's going to improve sound quality, but they also tossed noise canceling in there, something that they've never done before. Sure, they've got the Beats brand and access to their noise canceling technology, but this is a new one for Apple. So there's a lot of big expectations around these. Let's unbox these quickly, and I do mean quickly because we have a lot to cover here. So it's very similar to the AirPods, standard AirPods or AirPod 2, whatever you want to call them, the new AirPods. Here's the case. You can tell right away that's a little bit different. Underneath, we'll find a lightning cable, not USB-C. A lot of people are going to be a little bit hurt about that. And then we've got some other ear tips available in this little piece of packaging. Now here we have the original AirPods and the new AirPod Pro. So the case, I think, on the whole is a little bit larger, but it's definitely a different shape. That's the most noticeable thing. So if we pull out one of the original AirPods, you know what those look like, but it's great for reference compared to the new AirPods, which we'll just place right there. So the little golf tee design has definitely gotten shorter. It's not quite half as short, but it's a noticeable difference. And then aside from that, other than the fact that it's not an earbud and has a silicone ear tip, you can pop this right off. Now you don't have to fit it over a little nubbin like you do a lot of other buds. It just magnetically clasps in place, and this is not going to come off in your ears. You don't have to worry about that. You really have to pull it off to get it off at all. And then yeah, looking around the earbud, we see some microphones, and that's really about it from an aesthetic point of view. The case is what I expected. Nice magnetic snap when you put them back in. Provides about 24 hours or more of total charge time, 5 hours of listening time, more or less, depending on the volume, 3.5 hours of talk time, and about 5 minutes will get you an hour of listening time or talk time. Also, this is a wireless charging case. You don't have to pay extra for that, and you shouldn't because these cost $250. To get these set up, just like any other AirPods, you just open the case. Should be immediately detected by your iOS device. Press connect. If they've been paired to something else, you might have to press and hold the button on the back, as I will have to do here. So we'll do that, and it will complete the process. Once it's connected, it's gonna, tell you about some things you can do with the AirPods. It actually describes media control. So you basically squeeze the end of either one of these guys. Long squeeze will turn on the noise canceling or turn on the transparency mode. And then of course you can pause and play and skip with a number of different combinations of presses. I'm gonna get back out of here, and then I'll show you, once you are connected, you open this guy up, it's gonna give you a battery status, both for the case and for the AirPods themselves. So how about that noise canceling? Well, let me recount the tale from when I first put these in. I first put in the right bud, and I hear a little tone, and then actually I can hear some sound being piped in, and then I put in the other bud, and all of a sudden, whoosh, noise is shut out. And I was immediately impressed, because there's something that happens when you first experience noise canceling, really quality noise canceling. There's kind of a suck out, a little bit of a pressure change going on. It's kind of forceful. There's a high level of effectiveness to it. So I ran right outside and started getting myself into noisy situations, by a bus, by the light rail. There's wind whipping by. And from what I could tell, just purely subjectively, it was really, really good. So I grabbed the Sony wh-1000xm3 true wireless earbuds, because we know those have some of the best noise canceling in the market for an earbud. And I did an A/B comparison, and I gotta tell you, they're on par. It's a head-to-head race between the two, which totally shocked me. I didn't expect Apple to get noise canceling down so well. The only thing left for me to do at this point is hop on a plane. And if I could, I'd go do that right now, because the true test of noise canceling is when you're on a plane with the whir of the jet engines, how much of that can it shut out and how good does your audio sound while it's doing all that noise canceling. One of these days I will do exactly that. But I gotta tell you, for everyday use, the noise canceling on this is fantastic. Light up your music and you're not gonna hear any of your coworkers doing anything. You are locked into your own little world. Everything else is shut out. Now, of course, on the opposite side of noise canceling is pass-through. Sometimes you actually want to hear what's going on around you, whether you're just trying to speak to somebody or you don't want to get mowed down by a bus. This is also very effective. It brings things in a very natural way, a lot like the Solo Pro from Beats. It doesn't sound very digitized, it sounds very natural, and I love that as well. So another win from Apple on that. Oh, hey, look, we're outside. Yeah, I decided to step out to the streets of Portland in order to test the call quality of the new AirPods Pro. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for a light rail train or a bus to come by, a pretty loud background noise, and see just how much of that bleeds through and how much gets canceled out by the earbuds. And then we're gonna try the same thing with the Sony true wireless earbuds as well, make a comparison. What you're going to hear when we do that is an audio recording of that call from the other phone. All right, so we got a bus coming, and I expect it to be really loud. Obviously, we're going to be really close to the edge of this thing. And then stress test for the call quality, how much noise is actually. So the feedback I got from the other end of that call was that the call quality just wasn't that great. So to eliminate the cell signal aspect, we're recording this with the voice recorder on the iPhone, and I'll let you be the judge of whether it's actually better or not. Again, this is the AirPods Pro, recording on a voice recorder on the iPhone, right next to a loud speaker. Okay, all right, now we're showing the same thing with Sony wh-1000xm3. Not only do I have headphones, but also access. See how they compare to the brand new AirPods. So as you can hear for yourself, the AirPods Pro canceled out way more background noise than the Sonys did, and in general had a better overall call quality sound. Now let's talk about sound quality. And I gotta be honest with you, I was ready to dump all over these things because Apple just hasn't made a really great sounding product before. Then again, they've never had an actual in-ear headphone either. So I was expecting an improvement in the bass response, but overall, I didn't expect to hear a lot of detail, what have you. I gotta tell you, I am super impressed. The bass response is quality. And yeah, some of that comes from the fact that you're getting a really good seal. But I listened to some of my favorite tracks, and it's not booming bass, it's not especially deep bass, but it is rich enough to be satisfying, and it's very tuneful. Like I listened to one of my favorite tracks to test with is Fleetwood Mac's The Chain, because it's got really great kick drum in the beginning, and then it's got an electric bass solo in the middle, very telling. Whether you like the music or not, it's a great test track, and I gotta tell you, it sounded fantastic through the AirPod Pro. The kick drum, you could hear the drum head. It was definitely warbling in there. Just enough of a punch to be meaningful, and then when that electric bass guitar came in, it sounded totally organic. On the whole, the sound quality is really, really good. I actually put it right up against those Sonys. There's a little bit of a difference there. The Sony are maybe just a little bit more refined. I would characterize the AirPods as crisp, which is a word I don't like to use. I hate to use the word crisp, but there is a crispness there to it. There's a lot of attack. There's a little bit of a brilliance to the treble. It shines, but it's not overly harsh. By and large, it's exactly what I think a high-end headphone user would expect from something that costs $250. So again, Apple knocked it out of the park. So who should buy these little guys? Well, first of all, if you're already an AirPods owner and you want an upgrade, these are a significant upgrade, both in terms of sound quality and the fact that they bring the noise canceling. Plus, they're smaller, they're more comfortable, all around a much better product. Now, let's say that you're in the market for true wireless earbuds for the first time. This will be your first purchase. If you're an Apple device owner, absolutely, totally makes sense, works great with Apple devices. I would also recommend them to anyone who wants a comfortable earbud. There are other great options. We like the Sony, we like the Amazon Echo Buds for the price, they can't be beat. But overall, this is a very premium product, totally worth purchasing. I would absolutely at least give these a shot and decide if they're right for you.